Welcome back to our channel, A Self-Sufficient Retirement. This week we're not going to focus on our farmhouse build. We're going to focus on this house just in the distance here, this greenhouse, which I haven't really shown much of in our videos. It is our house. It is part of the property that we purchased, but there is a story with it. A few days before we were going to sign the contract, the owner suddenly changed her mind and wanted this house taken out of the contract and the land immediately surrounding it. Of course, she didn't want the purchase price changed, so she just wanted it taken out. Sort of threw us a bit, but as you can see, we love this block of land and we really wanted it. This house was just going to be somewhere where we stayed while we built our farmhouse. As you can see, it was actually one of the oldest houses in the region. Still quite solid, but quite old. It's a 2-story greenhouse. Anyway, what we did with the contract, just to appease the owner, we basically gave her permanent living rights so she could live in the property until such time as she passed away. Add a bit of context, she was 91 at the time. So this sort of solved one problem. It created another problem by us having to find somewhere to live, but it solved the problem of us getting the property. And as you can see, we have quite big plans for the rest of the property, and it's been a great purchase for us. Shoot eye on guard duty. So as you can see, it is a semi-cement wood structure, really old. Unfortunately, previous owner did pass away last week, which is why I'm now showing the property. Out of respect, we sort of stayed away and let her do her own thing, but the property is now empty and the family's been through and cleared out all of the things, so it's just an empty shell now. As you can see, it's got a lot of fruit trees immediately surrounding it, which we've always been harvesting. And obviously our well was on that piece of land as well, which would have created problems if we had taken that out of the original contract. And we didn't want to deal with relatives, unknown relatives. If we had have taken this out, we may never have been able to buy this property back. So anyway, we own it, and it's going to take a first look inside. We really have no immediate plans for what we're going to do with this property as of yet. Like I said, it really needs quite extensive renovations inside. It just had a dirty kitchen out the back, functioning toilet, shower room, but all fairly basic. And the whole inside just really needs stripping out, refurbing, I think. But like I said, we haven't really thought about what we're going to do with this house. It was sort of a sudden thing. Fortunately, she was 93 when she passed. My son had just come to visit from Canada, and she passed away while he was here. Anyway, the place has all been cleared out. It's quite a good size little property. Got this room here, which was sort of a semi-kitchen, dining type room, and then with the front sort of sitting room, which opens out onto the road through that door there. It's the main door. When we first looked at the property, which was 2 years ago, there's electrical. We're having this fixed actually right now. The breakers are wrapped in alfoil. There's Alan. Have a look around. When we first arrived at this property, through those windows there was actually bees swarming when we sat down inside, there's actually bees swarming inside. Luckily, in the Philippines, most of the bees here are stingless bees, but they were swarming all inside here, which was our first taste of the property. Some of the great electrical work. If you've seen an earlier video on natural honey that I did, that actual honeycomb was from the kitchen in this place here. It was actually it actually built their hive and whatnot in the kitchen, and that's where it was taken from. As we go up the stairs, bit shaky on the stairs. Actually, a good size 2-bedroom stairs, all just plywood walls, ceiling, and at the back, that's the natural house was that back window there, and sort of front sitting room, which overlooks the road. Again, all plywood inside, which really needs stripping out. And that's the road, and we look at a few built-in cupboards there. This was the room. Again, quite a good size bedroom. Easily fit a bed. Coming left right there at the end. Good size bedroom, but yeah, very simple kind of structure. And out there is the new farmhouse that we're building now. That's out the window. And that's the garage. I've got a lot of things stored in there at the moment. Just nice and handy. But yeah. So we've got this house and we don't really know what to do with it at the moment. We don't, we really haven't had much time to even think about what we can potentially do with it or who can live here. It's something we'll have to think about over the coming weeks. But no hurry. Like I said, needs quite a bit of work just to make it safe. Especially a bigger person like myself. Little Filipinos walking around can go around quite easily, but not bigger Westerners. It's a bit creaky. That's our goat pen, which we're not really using as a goat pen at the moment, but it's another story. The goats are sort of free ranging on the property to help clear it up, and it's coming down the stairs. You can sort of see that the railing really has no support. So yeah, it's in need of urgent attention there. So if anyone does have any ideas on what we can do with this house, please feel free to send us a message and let us know what you would do with this house. We've still got about the builders say they've got another few weeks of actual building work to go, and the pool obviously, and then after that the painters will come in, so probably say 6 weeks or so, and we'll be hopefully moving into the farmhouse. So really there's not much time to do anything with this place. Obviously the focus is going to be on finishing the farmhouse and then just developing the property some further. We can really get into all the rest of our plans after that. So please keep watching, and there might be some exciting things coming up in the very, very near future.